Hello and welcome to Wednesday's programme.
Your headlines tonight: how people in Cirencester are keeping cool as scorching temperatures sweep across the region.
Yeah, we're doing all right, but obviously with the children, I've got a younger one as well, it can get a bit difficult. So we just wanted to find somewhere that's shady and cool.
On duty, we joined Bristol Trading Standards as they crack down on exploitation and illicit trade.
Access for all, turning the tide on beach inequality in the southwest.
And I'm with these guys in North Somerset, where they're coming up with some clever ways to beat the heat.
Good evening. First tonight, temperatures across the region continued to soar today, reaching the mid-30s from Gloucestershire to Dorset. The UK Health Security Agency has issued a rare red warning covering the whole of the southwest, meaning there's a risk to life, even for healthy people.
Well, that warning has now been extended to Friday night, and while many are basking in the heat, others have found it challenging. We'll hear from health services in a moment. But first, Victoria Davis has been looking at how people of all ages are doing their best to stay cool.
To escape the heat, people headed to any water they could find. Here at Cotswold Country Park and Beach, they were operating at full capacity, with people queuing to get in first thing this morning.
Because it's really hot, it's really warm, yeah. Just wanted somewhere to cool down, yeah.
With the children, I've got a younger one as well, it can get a bit difficult. So we just wanted to find somewhere that's shady and cool, yeah. We're from Bristol, so it's about an hour's drive, but it was worth it.
We come today just for like a fun hangout with me and my friends, going swimming in the lake. It's quite nice, yeah.
We were going to go to Weston, and then we thought, no, we'll go somewhere different. So we came here so that they can play in the water and I can sit in the shade, hopefully.
We complain about our weather all the time, don't we? So we've got to be careful. Let's make the most of it.
For many children, it was a beach day, as hundreds of schools closed because of the red weather warning, something only used for the most severe events. In Bristol, the SS Great Britain was amongst several businesses which chose to shut its doors early to avoid the exceptionally hot and humid conditions, something they've never had to do before.
This is absolutely unprecedented, and as the week's gone on, the situation has merged, and we've had to take steps, obviously, to change our opening times, and we felt it was the best for all concerned, really. We're used to kind of having to adapt to anything that comes our way, so it's just another day, you know, at the SS Great Britain, really.
With the extreme heat, people flock to beaches, lakes and rivers, forcing the RNLI to issue a warning for people tempted to swim in beauty spots without lifeguards.
So we know people will be wanting to get in the water to cool off in this hot weather. We are concerned about inland waterways. We've got beautiful beaches, lifeguarded beaches. We would urge people to choose a lifeguarded beach if they can. Inland waterways pose a whole other set of dangers that we're quite concerned about.
Tomorrow is predicted to be even hotter as the red weather warning continues, with people encouraged to do all they can to keep cool. Victoria Davis, ITV News.
So that's how people are staying cool. It has felt super hot today, hasn't it? Really hot. And actually, we have just heard that Lark Hill in Wiltshire reached 34.8 degrees today. That's the hottest June day ever in our region. So what is the advice from medical experts?
Well, earlier we were joined in the studio by Josh Hawkins from the UK Health Security Agency, and we asked him how the intense heat can actually affect people.
The whole population at this level of heat can be impacted by the heat. We see excess deaths every year, so last year over 1,500 excess deaths associated with the heat. In previous years we've seen more, and this year we're dealing, particularly in this circumstance, we're dealing with increased humidity, so that's going to make it feel even hotter and can have some severe impacts on health.
Now we know that the red alert has been extended to, I think it's 11 o'clock on Friday. You touched on it a bit there and said, you know, this is affecting everyone. I think everyone is feeling it. But which groups in particular are most vulnerable here?
Yeah, so it's been extended, even though the heat is dropping off, we know the impacts on the sort of wider health and social care system may continue to be felt for a while longer. So as mentioned, everyone can be vulnerable, both from the direct effects of heat and the effects of it on the body. Some people are more vulnerable though, so people who are a bit older, over 65, people who are younger, particularly under 5 and babies, find it harder to regulate their body temperature. People with medical conditions, so we're more at risk of heart attacks and strokes in the heat, and also people on certain medications need to be particularly careful.
I know going out is not an option, but staying in also is difficult because it's very hot in the house.
Yeah, so particularly going out in sort of middle of the day when it's hottest, we would generally advise against, if possible, when we're staying in, really important to try and keep the house cool. So keeping curtains and blinds, windows closed when the sun is directly on those windows, opening them up later on in the day when the outside temperatures drop down cooler than the inside, if it's safe to open those windows. Other things, of course, just keeping hydrated is absolutely key, and then checking in on people that perhaps live alone and making sure we're checking in on people, make sure they've got everything they need.
Are these periods of extreme temperatures getting more and more frequent, and what's being done to keep the public protected?
So we are seeing more of them, and we certainly expect with climate change an increase in the number of these sorts of events and how severe they are as well. We are preparing constantly, so my agency, the UK Health Security Agency, working with the Met Office on these heat health alerts, working with partners including the NHS, local authorities to prepare all around the year, making sure we're as ready as we can be for these events when we know the strain on the health and social care system is going to be particularly severe.
So I guess a message of we need to get used to it. Josh, thank you.
Thank you.
Some really good bits of advice from Josh there. And Josh shared, we will see more of these things to come, and delays are expected to continue on the region's rail and road networks tomorrow, as well as drivers are being warned to make sure they're prepared for their journeys.
Yeah, it really is widespread effects, isn't it? And as well as the Health Security Agency, the Met Office has also released red weather warnings. So how hot is it going to get where you are? Well, our weather presenter tonight, Chris Page, has the details.
Well, these are the weather warnings which have been issued by the Met Office. A large amber weather warning, which has continued through the way till tomorrow. But now this rare red weather warning, which encapsulates the whole of the region. It was pulled further south as we worked through this morning, where here we could be seeing the risk to life as temperatures rise into the mid to upper 30s as we work through tomorrow, particularly so. The one thing I really want to point out, though, which you cannot see on the graphics here, is the humidity. High levels of humidity make it very difficult to cool down, and with temperatures overnight tonight not dropping much lower than 20 to 22 degrees Celsius, it means a very uncomfortable night for sleeping, and we will struggle to stay cool.
Yes, there's nighttime temperatures, isn't it?
So high.
Really struggle.
So high. Unbearable, in fact.
Yeah, it really is. And Chris will be back later in the programme with a full forecast for you. And there'll be more on the heatwave in the ITV National News at 6:30. Here's Gamal Fambalay.
Coming up, Britain bakes under extreme heat with the red weather alert extended and hundreds of schools shut in England and Wales. A shocking inquiry finds more than 500 mothers and babies died or suffered harm due to failures in maternity care in Nottingham. And Scotland gears up to face Brazil, but can they secure a win? Join me for those stories and more at 6:30.
And for now, you're watching ITV News in the West Country with Ellie and Seb.
Yeah, thank you for joining us this Wednesday evening. Still ahead on the programme before 6:30. Access for all. We meet campaigners trying to make the West Country's beaches open to everyone.
And we take a look at how Noah's Ark Zoo in Wraxall is keeping its animals cool in this heat.
Lots to look forward to. But next tonight, police have seized more illicit cigarettes and other items in Bristol in a continuing operation to crack down on counterfeit tobacco sales.
Well, over the past 6 weeks, authorities have confiscated more than £250,000 worth of products. Ken Goodwin reports.
Cigarettes seized in the ongoing battle against the sale of counterfeit goods. The raids are in Bristol, and some of their most valuable detectives are dogs. This one has found something suspicious at the back of the top shelf.
So here we've got 3 bags containing quite a large quantity of tobacco, cigarettes, which we believe is a mixture of counterfeit goods and also cigarettes that haven't had the duty paid on them. So they were found in a bit of a stash location behind some of the goods behind me, obviously hidden from view, and they'd be found by searching the shop.
Then onto a van, which one of the dogs is showing a lot of interest in.
I'm convinced there's something in there, so the dogs are saying there's something in there. So sometimes you get a lot of odour from the target that you're looking for, which is left in the van. But, you know, we're hoping there's something in here.
The dog was right. Boxes of nitrous oxide canisters, a recreational drug. They were seized. This operation concentrated in the St George and Eastern areas, a part of a series of multi-agency raids involving Avon and Somerset Police, Bristol City Council's Trading Standards officials and the HMRC, His Majesty's Revenue and Customs.
Really positive. We've obviously seized lots of counterfeit goods, so that's really positive for us. You know, the community seeing us out and about, there's been really good disruption. We visited 4 shops, so yeah, the work will continue.
In the last 6 weeks or so, they've confiscated £250,000 worth of illegal cigarettes alone. In these latest raids, the police say they seized 150 packets of cigarettes, 20 pouches of hand-rolling tobacco, 24 litres of wine, 360 litres of beer. But this is a drop in the ocean. Latest figures show the sale of counterfeit cigarettes and tobaccos cost HMRC at least £1.8 billion a year in lost duty and VAT. Ken Goodwin, ITV News.
Now, an inspection has found that Avon Fire and Rescue still needs to improve the way it responds to emergencies and promotes fire safety. The service has been removed from special measures after making some improvements. Chief Fire Officer Matt Cook says he's determined to address the issues raised and is taking steps to strengthen the service.
Bath Christmas Market could cover a larger area in a bid to secure its future. Bath and North East Somerset Council is applying to extend the market to Queen Square, Kingsmead Square and Parade Gardens, offering entertainment and food and drink. It's also looking for permission to hold the event for 25 days from 2027.
Now, as the sun shines at the moment, people have been flocking to the coast this week. But according to a campaign group from Weymouth, more than half of people with disabilities say they feel excluded from our beaches. A survey also found that fewer than 1 in 6 public beaches have dedicated beach wheelchairs and just 3% have staff to offer support.
Well, the Beach Access Project is hoping to better coordinate resources and make them spaces that everyone can enjoy. Nick Smith reports.
A family day out at the beach should be a simple pleasure for everyone. Holly Martin is using a specially adapted beach wheelchair after suffering a traumatic brain injury 5 years ago in a riding accident. Her mother Helen was keen to ensure she could keep doing things she used to enjoy, like taking in this stunning stretch of coastline.
So the added bonus of this one is it's quite easy to turn because you might have to tip it slightly, but it just makes it very nimble. When we get into these deeper bits, it means we've got an extra little bit of pull power going on, and to really help just get through all the softness and then the firm sand and over the rocks. It's about inspiring her with her recovery that she can still do these things. So for her to be able to come down here, join a beach barbecue, maybe go for a swim, it's just, yeah, life-changing for her. She spends an awful lot of time in hospitals, so just accessing the fresh air, it's just really good for her well-being and her ongoing recovery.
At the moment, on the majority of beaches, we don't even have any matting. So not often my experience will be stuck in the sand, but with the matting, this allows a degree of independence, so someone can actually then come down to the beach and be able to navigate.
Over in Weymouth, Will Behenna leads the Beach Access Project and hopes his survey of over 1,000 wheelchair users will be a wake-up call to make beaches more accessible.
People want to get down to the water's edge, and so we can use the matting. We have to then start thinking about how we can enable people to get down to the water. The data from the survey was really, really powerful, and it said that 90% of people who responded like going to the beach. 98% want to go to the beach more often, but at the moment they can't because it doesn't have the facilities. So I talk about this idea of creating a beach environment that fosters a culture of belonging, so that you turn up and you're welcomed. People want you here and want to support you to have a great time.
Will wants disability charities and social enterprises to reach out to him so they can all work together. In Backwell in Somerset, Steve Ledbrook is an access campaigner and says schemes to help disabled people onto beaches need to take into account that their needs will often vary considerably.
Because I'm a power wheelchair user, what worries me the most is sand and silt will get into my motors, it will damage my chair, and possibly also, well, likely to sink in the sand. Which really concerns me because I do not want to get stuck on certain beaches when a tide's coming in. Also, there needs to be more accessible toilets. There doesn't seem to be enough.
It's all to ensure that idyllic spots like this are no longer out of reach for anyone to enjoy the calming effects of the sea and the sand. Nick Smith, ITV News.
Now we need your help for this next story because each year we have a wonderful opportunity to meet and celebrate the people amongst us who go the extra mile to raise money for good causes. I'm pretty sure we all know someone, but we don't want you to keep them to yourselves. It's time to sing their praises and nominate them for the Daily Mirror Pride of Britain Regional Fundraiser Award.
Yes, and as Ellie said, we need your help. We would like to celebrate the amazing, thoughtful people across the West who raise money for amazing causes. But we need you to tell us who they are by nominating them for the Pride of Britain Regional Fundraiser Award. Now, to nominate, all you have to do is go to itv.com/Pride of Britain. That's all one word. And you can nominate individuals or groups, but only one person plus a guest can attend the Pride of Britain Awards in London. Nominees must be aged 18 or over and be available to be filmed and have their fundraising story told on ITV Regional News.
Complete the nomination form and tell us why your nominee or nominees deserve this award. If you're under the age of 18, please get permission from a parent or guardian before you nominate. Nominations close on Sunday the 2nd of August at 11:59 p.m. For more information, T's and C's and privacy notices, visit itv.com/terms.
Get your thinking hats on. Yeah. Now, pet owners are being urged to take extra care when using flea and tick treatments to help prevent contamination in UK waterways.
Yeah, 2 active ingredients found in these treatments are harmful to insects like mayflies and dragonflies. And now a national campaign is trying to reduce harm to the environment. Amrit Birdie reports.
So I'm just going to apply that now.
For many cat and dog owners, this will be a familiar sight. Flea and tick spot-on treatments like this one are applied to an animal's skin.
Well done, Lotus.
The treatment needs reapplying regularly, and there are concerns that some pet owners aren't following the instructions.
From an animal perspective, if these treatments are not applied properly, then they may not work properly. So they might not give the protection that people hope that they will. So the right application is really important. There have been some studies recently, these chemicals found in our waterways and concerns that they could be causing damage to some of the insect life, the invertebrates in our waterways.
The risk of chemicals being washed off our pets and into our waterways, potentially harming wildlife, is highest in the warmer months between March and October. That's the peak flea and tick season. Martin Bryce is a vet working in Bristol and says it's a common problem for cats and dogs.
These are really, really common. They're probably not as common as they used to be due to all the good products that we have available at the moment. All of them are important. They carry disease. They're not helpful if you've got skin allergies. So the treatment of ticks and fleas is as important as it always has been.
So how can pet owners protect their animals whilst also protecting our waterways? The Veterinary Medicines Directorate has launched a new campaign with some simple steps.
Make sure that you're not getting on your hands, which is then going to lead to further contamination elsewhere. Ideally not letting your pet swim for many weeks after application, but certainly not within at least the first 4 days after application. That's the really key messaging here. And then once you've applied the product, with the pipette or the container, put that straight into the household waste. Don't rinse it, certainly don't recycle it as well. That's definitely going to lead to further contamination of the environment.
The campaign's overarching message is that a small change in how flea and tick spot-on treatments are used has the power to make a real difference for our waterways and their inhabitants. Amrit Birdie, ITV News.
Right, we're going to stay with an animal theme now, because while many of us have been struggling with the heat, staff at Noah's Ark Zoo Farm in Wraxall have come up with creative ways of keeping their animals cool.
Yeah, wait till you see them. From ice lollies to mud baths, they've been making the most of the weather. Imogen McGuckin has more.
Even when you're built for the heat, you'll grab any chance you can to chill out. And as temperatures climb into the mid-30s, staff at Noah's Ark are working hard to make sure everyone stays cool.
So today we've given them some ice blocks. So a couple of days ago we filled up some buckets full of water and then a load of fruit and veg as well, just so they can sort of a bit more encouragement into sort of interacting with the ice, so they can sort of use it to cool themselves down, eat it, and again sort of stay a bit hydrated as well.
And do you think they enjoy it?
Absolutely, yeah. They're all down this morning, having a good old munch on them and sort of breaking them up as well, sort of using their tusks as their tools, which is exactly what we want them to be able to do as well, sort of those natural behaviours, but yeah, helping them to stay cool at the same time.
What do you make of it?
Oh, it's fun. It's nice to see them getting a bit cool.
It's important to keep hydrated, stock up on frozen treats, and don't be afraid to take it easy. Tapirs come from the South American jungle, so this enormous tree is just their scene, especially when the snacks are brought to them. Do they have little personalities, Toby and Tara?
Yeah, they both have absolutely massive personalities. Toby is an absolute sweetheart. He loves everybody. He will roll over for a tickle for anybody that comes to see him. I'd say Tara is the more sort of demanding tapir. She knows what she likes and sort of how to get it. She is also lovely, very friendly, but yeah, she knows what she deserves in life.
It's almost like a posh hotel, and as far as spa treatments go, a mud wallow is the ultimate luxury.
So capybaras can't sweat, so they can control their temperature very well. So mud is really good for keeping them cool. It also protects their skin from the sun. Yeah, it acts almost a bit like sun cream does for us.
While most of us are trying to find ways to beat the heat, here they're making the most of it. Imogen McGuckin, ITV News.
Never thought I'd find myself jealous of an elephant, but I'd have loved someone to hose me down today, or had a pool to wallow in before work.
Give you a big ice block.
Yeah, they look great, didn't they?
Yeah, wait till you get back to the newsroom. I'm going to douse you down. I'm waiting with the hose pipe right now. Right, well, Bristol Zoo Project has also welcomed a new silverback gorilla to lead the zoo's troop. 17-year-old Nakumu has come from a safari park in Kent as part of a conservation breeding programme to protect the future of western lowland gorillas. He succeeds Jock, who was a much-loved silverback that led Bristol's troop for more than 2 decades. Welcome to the West, Nakumu.
They are very impressive creatures, aren't they?
Yeah.
Amazing footage.
It does get cooler, Nakumu, trust me.
Yeah.
It really does.
Right, let's return to the story that everyone's talking about today. The hot weather, of course. Chris Page has tonight's all-important forecast.
Expect clear skies, island vibes and afternoons made for exploring. TUI sponsors ITV West Country Weather.
Hello there. Very good evening to you. The heat and the humidity is here to stay for at least another 24 hours. In fact, earlier on today, the Met Office expanded their rare red weather warning all the way across the whole of the region, as you can see here, down to the south coast, where in this zone, as we spoke about earlier, we could be seeing temperatures into the upper 30s of Celsius, and it's the humidity. I cannot stress it enough. Now, that does bring the risk to not just the health of the general fit and healthy, but also disruption to our travel and our infrastructure, our power networks and our homes as well, where we will struggle to keep cool, particularly as we work our way through this evening and overnight. So that heat and humidity remains in place as we work through Wednesday night and into Thursday. Clear skies overhead, the winds remain light, and our overnight lows not falling much lower than 22 to 23, maybe even 24 degrees Celsius. So a very uncomfortable night for sleeping tonight and struggling to keep cool. Through tomorrow, yes, clear skies, the strong summer sunshine gets to work, and it's likely tomorrow it will be hotter and still with that humid air in place. Temperatures once again into the mid, if not upper 30s across the whole of the region through tomorrow. There is some relief though. Yes, there could be some thundery activity through Thursday night and into Friday, but you notice the hot air being squeezed and push its way eastwards across the British Isles, soon to be replaced by something much cooler and fresher working its way in from the Atlantic. So yes, we have that rare red weather warning that brings the risk to life through tomorrow with exceptionally high temperatures and humidity, cooler by the weekend. Pollen's next.
TUI sponsors ITV West Country Weather.
Making the most of summer. Piri sponsors ITV pollen count.
And as for the all-important pollen forecast, it's no surprise that with the high levels of heat and humidity, we're seeing very high levels of pollen. We're currently in the grass pollen season, which affects the majority of hay fever sufferers. Try and stay cool. Take care.
Doesn't get better, does it?
Feels a bit relentless, doesn't it? Pollen and the heat together.
I know. Bring on the weekend, please.
Yep.
Come as quickly as possible.
Yeah. For now, it is goodbye from the two of us. I'll be back with the late news tonight. That's at 11:05.
Yes, don't forget, plenty more news over on our website as well. After the break, though, the ITV news continues. But for now, from all of us here, goodbye.
Bye-bye.